Hey guys, welcome back to XDA TV. We are here at CES 2018, and I am here at the Gigabyte booth over at CES, Caesars, with Matthew. Thank you for giving us some of your time here, letting us check out your massive, amazing room.
Yeah, pleasure to have you guys.
There is so many things going on here. I think you guys can pretty much see this little case behind us. It's an amazing thing. We'll get a chance to talk about it. But I want to talk to you a little bit today about Aorus and the new line of devices, boards, motherboards, gaming accessories, all the things that Gigabyte is starting to present and make available to people, which essentially is the high-end line now.
Yeah, absolutely. So Aorus is the high-end Gigabyte line. It's the high-end gaming line, and it's permeating all of the different products that we make. So if you can see in the background, we have chairs, we have mice, we have headsets, new optical keyboard that we released this year. Of course, the graphics cards and motherboards are going to be there. So Aorus is just our top-tier brand. Gigabyte hasn't gone anywhere. It's the same design teams, the same engineers, the same passion that goes into it. It's just you're going to get more bells and whistles when you go with the Aorus. So that's what we kind of tried to showcase here. We wanted to show you guys a real world or a real usage case for some of these products, how they all kind of tie together. And this is basically our battle station room, right? This is the room that I want in my house.
Exactly the way I want my room to be at home. Yes, definitely.
I need a dedicated area. I want the biggest and best. We have a new case over here by Thermaltake. They were nice enough to build it for us. Right now we got it kind of on the rainbow mode, just kind of show it off. But the interesting thing about this one is that for the first time, all of the digital RGB syncs.
Yep.
Right? So rather than having 2 or 3 or 4 pieces of software, you have one piece of software. You set red, you set blue, whatever it is you're looking for, and all of the fans will change, the radiator pump will change, graphics cards. So we're trying to unify the ecosystem, I know for me, I like to set everything up. I like to have it dialed in the way I want.
Exactly.
And then I'm off to gaming, right?
No, I'm with you. This is a perfect setup. If you've ever seen a test bench, this is basically an open test bench put on the side and RGB heaven. I also noticed that you guys have a new device, a new laptop that's sitting right here on the right. That's also the new Aorus line. Tell us a little bit about the SLI situation. You actually have SLI in that?
Yeah, so it's going to be 2 1070s in SLI. It's also the thinnest SLI system at CES this year.
Yeah.
So we won an award for it. It's pretty amazing to think of all the horsepower that you can fit in a laptop these days.
I just want to run a render. I just want to run a 4K render on this thing just to see how much I can pump out of it. As far as availability on the laptop, is it something that's available now? Is it releasing soon?
Yeah, so the allocation or the amount of laptops we have in the market right now is a little bit low, but it is available, right? So if you check online, whatever your favorite e-tailer is, or maybe your favorite local retail store, you will see it starting to come into the market. So it's newly released, but it is out there. You can find it. And if you see us at any events, come play with it. It's a lot of fun. It's got a full mechanical keyboard. Anything you can imagine,
and there's some. So the design on these things is also, from what I understand, is it has some. It took some inspiration from racing cars. So when you're looking at that laptop, it has a very nice. The ergonomics is very flat. It's nice. Some RGB on the bottom, some more RGB on the top. Of course, the keyboard. It's a lot of stuff. But I also noticed that you guys have a new line of motherboards and other peripherals for the system. Let's talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, here at Gigabyte and with the Aorus brand, we support Intel and AMD motherboards. So whichever direction you're going, whether it's going to be a Ryzen or a Z-series board for mainstream, all the way up to X299, X399, Threadripper, we support the whole gamut. So
now looking more into those motherboards that we were talking about before, tell us a little bit about your new lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. So right here what we have on display is our X299 motherboards, everything from the entry level all the way up to the high-end Designaire. So you'll see we have a range of Aorus and Gigabyte boards going all the way up. At the very top end, you're going to get the high-end VRMs for overclocking. So if you're going to throw in that high core count CPU and you want to push it a little bit further, that's going to be your board. And then if you're looking for just gaming, a little bit of productivity, maybe somewhere middle of the road like the Ultra Gaming Pro, you still have a good VRM section, you still have reinforced slots, of course RGB and all the different zones. It's just a little bit pared down for gaming. So depending on what your usage case scenario is, we have something for everybody.
Maybe what about the actually systems that we see in the back? What are those guys?
Yeah, so we have a whole wall of system integrators here in the back. These are people that we work closely with to make sure that the specs meet their customer demands and that we're giving everybody the highest quality. So kind of starting from left to right, we have some names you might recognize. We have iBuyPower, CyberPower, Cybertron, we have Enermax, and then at the far right we have Canada Computers. So, you know, we work with them closely all year. This is our chance to kind of show off what we can do together, and there's some pretty amazing builds over there. So I'm pretty proud of what they put together this year.
So is it safe to say that then that the Aorus hardware is actually currently available from, like, you know, motherboard, GPUs, accessories, and all of those? They're already available at the other companies, so you can actually purchase the system today.
Absolutely. So a lot of the system integrators will be the default configuration. So you go on there, you click something, it'll already be loaded up with a Gigabyte Aorus card or an Aorus board. But you can go in and customize. So if you know that you want an all Aorus system, you can go in there, select graphics cards, you can get water cooling, you can get a water block already on the card.
Oh, wow.
So it's whatever your heart desires. You know, you can definitely get a full Aorus build from any of these system integrators.
Now that we've talked about the motherboard and these custom cases that we saw behind us, can we talk a little bit more about, you know, AMD announcing that we're going to be looking at, you know, the new roadmap with the Ryzen Plus, and they also mentioned that they're starting to work with OEMs, with other companies, to be able to make sure that this hardware is available. Is Gigabyte or Aorus starting to look into some of these things?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we have in front of us here today is an Aorus Gaming 7 Wi-Fi. So this is going to be the top of our stack of our next generation AMD motherboards. Some of the highlights on this board are some of the things that I like. We have a full finned VRM heatsink up here. So it's not just decorative, it actually will perform well. In the back you have a 6mm heat pipe, copper heat pipe that makes direct contact to both sections. You're going to get two M.2s this time. You got a debug LED over here, a dual BIOS switch to make sure that you can go back and forth and you don't lose your overclock. Of course, we have the Aorus branding down here, up here. This is all digital RGB up here.
RGB, yeah, sorry.
And then an additional 4-pin power connector right up here if you are going for the extreme overclocking. So, you know, as you mentioned, we do work with AMD very closely, and this time we wanted to be one of the first to be able to showcase, you know, what we can do when we mix AMD chipsets, AMD CPUs, and Aorus motherboards.
I'll give you guys some information, of course, to be able to check out some of the stuff that they have. They're available in almost any e-tailer. They're available, you know, to be able to basically pick up even from your local stores. Very nice, very solid hardware, and a little bit of a sneak peek. We are working on a Ryzen build that will feature one of your motherboards as well. So keep it with us, and we'll have that video coming out to you guys very soon. Thank you again, Matthew, for allowing us to come and visit you guys here at CES. Keep it with us here. We're going to have a lot more stuff coming in here out of CES 2018. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe as usual, and we'll see you guys in the next video.